welcome to Live Interactive English. Hello everyone, I am Karen.
And I'm Mike, and we are here with day 2, our second and final day, looking at the Vanishing Ghosts. Well, looking at Vanishing Ghosts, that doesn't really make sense, because if the ghosts are vanishing, I can't see them, so I can't look at them. But no, we're not looking at them. We're studying, we are learning about, we are getting to know more about these amazing animals, the snow leopard. And actually that title is really good.
That's right.
Because as we learned yesterday, they have that amazing sort of brown, white, and gray fur that helps them vanish or kind of disappear as animals can hide in their environment, making them much better hunters.
That's right.
But as we will learn more about today, there are many dangers for snow leopards out there. I'm not talking about hurting themselves or being hunted by bigger animals. We're talking about being hunted by humans or losing their habitat, losing places where they live. And as the world gets warmer, animals that live in cold conditions in cold environments like snow leopards, they face more threats from global warming. So they could be vanishing. They could be in trouble. The numbers of snow leopards could go down in the future. And today we're going to be learning about some of the why of this very serious situation.
And I think it's everyone's job to try to protect these animals, right? Because we don't want any animal to become extinct, or else we won't be able to see them in the future anymore.
Absolutely. And as young people, you have a big role to play in this. A lot of young people can speak passionately about their love and their interest in protecting the environment, and it can help adults, it can help grown-ups, it can help leaders and politicians really focus on the important stuff, because this is some of it. So let's get into the article and learn more about the snow leopard and what we can do to help these magnificent animals.
For decades, snow leopard populations have been shrinking, and experts believe less than 6,500 are left in the wild. In places where their hunting grounds meet human villages, the leopards face old threats such as poaching and habitat loss. Some farmers may even kill a snow leopard in retaliation after it takes one of their animals. In addition, these shy cats are now facing new challenges that are caused by climate change and large-scale mining.
All right, so Vanishing Ghosts, the uncertain future of snow leopards. Let's get into it and find out some of the threats facing snow leopards in the modern world.
All right, let's start the article. For decades, snow leopard populations have been shrinking, and experts believe less than 6,500 are left in the wild. We only have 6,500 snow leopards left in the wild, right?
That is absolutely amazing. Remember from yesterday, we learned that they live in the mountains of Asia from Russia to China. That's a very, very large area, and there are only 6,500 of them left in that massive area of the world. That is very shocking.
That is why we're saying that they are vanishing or they are endangered. But we said for decades. So what does that mean? So a decade, that is a noun. A decade is a period of 10 years. So for many, 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 many years, that's what they mean, right? So an example sentence would be, Billy has lived in this town for over a decade, which in other words, over 10 years.
Yes, we can often use another number like the 80s, or I love the music of the 1990s. That's a decade.
That's
but
right.
Yeah, it can be any period of 10 years, from 2014 to 2024, a decade. It's just 10 years. And we learned that in that decade, the population has gotten smaller. A population is a number of, often people, but it can also be other things in a certain area. So when we go out and we count the number of people in a city, we're going to learn what the population of that city is. We can also use it to talk about animals, especially animals in the environment, right? The shark population is in danger as the oceans get warmer, and as sharks are hunted. The elephant population in Africa has been a concern of scientists for many, many years. So the number of those animals or those people in a certain area. Here's one that a lot of people would probably know. India has the largest population in the world. It's the country with the most people in it. It was China for a long time, but more recently, India has become the biggest, or the country with the largest population, the most people.
That's right. And then you were talking about how the population is getting smaller for the snow leopards. And then we were saying the population is shrinking. So to shrink, it just means to become smaller or reduce in size, right? So the population of snow leopards is shrinking. That means we don't have so many of them anymore. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. An example sentence would be, the lake has been shrinking for years.
Oh dear, as the environment gets warmer and the water dries up, the lake gets smaller. Back to the article, it says, in places where their hunting grounds meet human villages, the leopards face old threats such as poaching and habitat loss. This is often true for especially other hunting animals, but animals in general. Remember, we learned that the snow leopard has a very large area that it likes to hunt in, and that could end up being the neighbor of a farmer's field or a little village. And when these big hunting animals, meet farmers or start to eat their animals, this can definitely cause problems. All right, we're going to learn more about that after we check in with our good friend Hanny.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们今天要来探讨雪豹所面临的困境。数十年来，雪豹的数量持续减少。专家认为，野外只剩下不到6500只。在它们的狩猎区与人类村庄接壤的地方，雪豹就面临着盗猎以及栖息地丧失等等的威胁。记得在第一天课文提到说，它们栖息地是位于中亚山区，从俄罗斯、阿富汗一路延伸到中国。其实这范围很大但是雪豹数量却不到6500只，你这样想起来，这数字确实是很惊人。好 ，Mike 老师这时候用到 massive 来描述那个区域 ，massive， 那它是形容巨大的、大规模的或是大量的。老师还用到 shocking，shockking， 那它可以形容是令人震惊的。课文单字 decade， 它表示10年，是个名词。population 也是名词，它可以表达某地区特定的动物总数，或是表达人口全体居民。再看到 shrink 动词，它表示缩小、变小。好，那这边还有一个重点，我们来看一下是现在完成进行式 have been 加上 VING， 这是用来表示某个动作或状态从过去开始一直持续到现在，而且仍然在进行哦。那可以搭配 for 加一段时间，或是搭配 since 加上开始的时间点，或者是还可以跟 recently、lately 等等的副词连用。我们就造几个例句。Jenny has been reading the novel for hours， 就是说 Jenny 一直在看那一本小说，已经看了好几个小时了。Jenny has been reading the novel since this morning。Jenny 从今天早上就一直在看那本小说，到现在还在看哦。Jenny has been reading a lot lately。Jenny 最近看了很多书。好，那这趴课文中。
And now we are back. Okay, let's go back to the article. Some farmers, like you were talking about, some farmers may even kill a snow leopard in retaliation after it takes one of their animals. Because we know on the farm, you can see many, many different farm animals. And as a snow leopard, if it's hungry, it might go and hunt the animals, right?
Yes,
so as a retaliation, that means I want to get you back, right?
Exactly.
So if the snow leopard eats one of the farm animals, the farmer might get angry and in retaliation will kill the snow leopard.
So yes, this problem of big hunting animals and farmers in conflict, it happens in India with tigers, and of course for many years, long ago, it happened with wolves in North America and Europe, right? These hunting animals will then attack farm animals and there's problems. And usually the animals lose because the farmers have guns. So let's get back to our article. It says, in addition, these shy cats are now facing new challenges that are caused by climate change and large-scale mining. Oh, very interesting. So they're called shy there. That doesn't mean that they don't really want to make friends. That just means they're scared of people. They would naturally run away from people. They're not very aggressive. They won't attack people. But when people move into their area and start building towns or villages, or when they have large-scale mining, big mines are built up in those mountains to try to dig valuable things out of the ground, all of this can really affect the snow leopard and the lands that it normally hunts in. Climate change, the warming world, has a whole other effect too. Let's go over to Hanny right now.
刚刚说雪豹面临着盗猎以及栖息地丧失等等的威胁，有些农民甚至会为了报复雪豹捕食了它们动物而把它杀害掉。此外呢，雪豹现在又面临了气候变迁跟大规模采矿所带来的新挑战。好，文中它用到 retaliation 这个名词，就表示报复、反击，还有提到 large scale mining 是指大规模采矿。好，那我们接回到课文中。
So we learned that some of the reasons why snow leopards are endangered today,
Yeah, and there's
right?
quite a list of them too.
Exactly. You know, the poaching from the farmers and then maybe the climate change, all sorts of reasons. But now I think it's important to find out what we can do to protect these beautiful creatures.
Great idea. We're going to do that in the second part of the article, and we'll be right back with that.
Thankfully, several groups are working to stop the snow leopard from disappearing forever. At a local level, education is key. Children who live on snow leopard lands are taught to understand the importance of protecting the leopards. Similarly, farmers can learn how to better look after their animals. Programs to aid farmers have also been introduced. Beyond this, efforts are focused on maintaining the health of the environment and snow leopard habitats. As pressures from industry and climate change grow, the snow leopard's story of survival is still being written. But the question remains, can we do what it takes to keep these mountain ghosts from disappearing into legend?
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were talking about some of the reasons why these beautiful snow leopards are now endangered. We talked about the climate change, the habitat loss, they're losing their homes, and sometimes maybe the farmers will actually kill them because some of their animals are taken by the snow leopards, right?
Yes.
But now I think it's important to still protect these beautiful creatures. We're going to learn how we can do that.
All right, so yeah, let's get into the really good stuff about how we can maybe help the snow leopard a little bit. Thankfully, it says several groups are working to stop the snow leopard from disappearing forever. Yay, let's cheer for these different groups. We say thankfully because we are thankful, we are happy, and we'd like to say thank you. We appreciate all of the things that these good people are doing. So thankfully is an adverb you can use when we're telling a story. It's kind of like using the word lucky often, right? I planned to go to the beach. It looked like it was going to rain, but thankfully the sun came out and it was a beautiful day. Luckily, the sun came out. Or we can also use it in a way more to say really thank you to someone, right? Thankfully, my friend offered to drive me to the airport. It was a really nice favor. They didn't have to do it, and I'm very thankful. So it's a good thing, and it's also a thing when good stuff happens in our life because of kindness or maybe because of luck. For example, thankfully, the storm did not cause any damage. Yeah, in that sentence, we could also just say, luckily, the storm did not cause any damage. And we're thankful for it.
That's right. Okay, let's go back to the article.
So what can we do? What can we do?
Okay, let me tell you, at a local level, education is key.
I like that.
So we have to learn about it first, right? Children who live on snow leopard lands are taught to understand the importance of protecting protecting the leopards. And of course, I think education is key. That means education is very important. We have to educate the kids or educate the people so they understand how to protect the snow leopards.
Absolutely. Snow leopards might cause problems sometimes, but having them is better than not having them in general. Similarly, or in the same way, farmers can learn how to better look after their animals. Often if the farmers build better fences or keep their animals inside at night, some of the problems that happen when snow leopards hunt the animals won't be problems. It says programs to aid farmers have also been introduced. Maybe they can give some of these farmers who probably aren't very rich people, but they can give farmers a little bit of money to help them build better and safer places for their animals and for the snow leopards. That's also part of education too. All right, let's go over to Annie. She is full of good stuff to educate us about.
课文提到，幸好好几个团体正在努力阻止雪豹永远消失。在地方层面，教育就是关键。生活在雪豹栖息地的孩子们有被教导要了解保护雪豹的重要性。同样的呢，农民也可以学习如何更妥善照顾自己的牲畜。援助农民的计划也已经在推行了。好，单字 thankfully。这个副词表示所幸、幸好或是感谢地。这边还有2个重点，第一个是用 stop 或者是 keep 或是 prevent 加上人或事物，加上 from 再加名词或动名词，可以表达阻止、防止或避免什么什么发生。举例来说 ，Don't let fear stop you from chasing your dreams。别让恐惧阻止你追求梦想。第2个重点是 WH 疑问词加上不定词 to V 构成名词片语的用法。好 ，WH 疑问词像 what、when、where、who、which、how， 它们后面可以接不定词 to V 形成名词片语。那这个名词片语可以摆在句子里面当受词用。例如 I don't know how to play this board game。我不知道怎么玩这个桌游诶。那句子里面 how to play this board game 就是当受词。接华课文中。
And now we are back. So let's go back to the article. It says, beyond this, efforts are focused on maintaining the health of the environment and snow leopard habitats. And we talked about how one of the reasons why they are vanishing is because they're losing their homes. So saving and protecting the environment and their habitat, I think it's really, really important as well.
Oh, yes.
If they don't lose their home, they will still exist, right?
Exactly right. They won't have many of the threats and dangers that they face now.
That's right. Okay, so and we're looking at this word here, maintain, and that is a verb. So to maintain means to keep something going or to take care of something so it stays in good condition. It can also mean to firmly say that something is true. An example sentence would be, Evan maintains his garden well. So that means he probably takes really good care of his garden, right?
That's right. He's out there every weekend weeding and watering and making sure the plants are happy. And it's also to keep it in good condition, right?
That's
right. You maintain things that are valuable to you because you want them to last for a long time. Back to the article, it says, as pressures from industry, that would be mining, and climate change grow, because of course the world is still getting warmer, the snow leopard's story of survival is still being written. Okay, that's a little worrying because that part, it's still being written. It means it's not decided. We haven't saved the snow leopard. Its future is not safe or secure. It's still being decided as if it's a story, but we don't know the end. We want a happy ending, not a sad ending where the snow leopard disappears.
But luckily, I think we can control that situation,
we have a
right?
Big role in that, yes.
That's right. Okay. But the question remains, can we do what it takes to keep these mountain ghosts from disappearing into legend? And I think definitely, right? There's a lot of things that we can do. But how about let's go to Henny first and we'll be right back.
除了刚刚提到地方层面的教育跟援助，这些保育努力呢，也着重在维持环境还有雪豹栖息地的健康。随着工业和气候变迁的压力逐渐增加，我们都必须竭尽所能，别让这些山中幽灵消失而成为传说。好，单字 maintain 这个动词，它就可以表达保养、维护，或者是有保持、维持的意思。那接话课文中。
Okay, and we have a what do you think question. So let me ask you, Mike, what do you think people in Taiwan can do to protect local wildlife?
Okay, local wildlife.
Yes.
People in Taiwan protecting snow leopards. We can give money to Greenpeace, but local wildlife, that means animals here in Taiwan.
That's right.
What can we do to protect the animals here, different animals from snow leopards? Well, I think, as we said, education is an important step in protecting animals in Taiwan. The more people know, both young people and grown-ups, the more we can do. The more we can ask the government to bring in new laws to protect these animals, the more we can do with our money or our time by volunteering, by giving money to groups that protect the animals, or giving our time on the weekend to go out and help animals, and also just respecting the environment. Don't pollute, don't throw away plastic, keep keep the earth as clean as possible. And then, of course, we'll have less work to do to protect the animals who live in that environment. And it's also good for us.
You have a lot of great ideas, and I think that's great. A lot of people should learn about this because we don't want these beautiful animals, creatures to disappear, right?
Oh, the beautiful bears in Taiwan or the deers that we have here. Those are just a few of the examples.
That's right. Okay, well, how about let's review the article again, and we'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.
Take care.
For decades, snow leopard populations have been shrinking, and experts believe less than 6,500 are left in the wild. In places where their hunting grounds meet human villages, the leopards face old threats such as poaching and habitat loss. Some farmers may even kill a snow leopard in retaliation after it takes one of their animals. In addition, these shy cats are now facing new challenges that are caused by climate change and large-scale mining. Thankfully, several groups are working to stop the snow leopard from disappearing forever. At a local level, education is key. Children who live on snow leopard lands are taught to understand the importance of protecting the leopards. Similarly, farmers can learn how to better look after their animals. Programs to aid farmers have also been introduced. Beyond this, efforts are focused on maintaining the health of the environment and snow leopard habitats. As pressures from industry and climate change grow, the snow leopard's story of survival is still being written. But the question remains, can we do what it takes to keep these mountain ghosts from disappearing into legend?
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 decade 名词，表示10年。Population 名词，它表示某地区特定的动物总数，或者是指人口全体居民。Shrink 动词，表示缩小变小。Thankfully 副词，表示所幸幸好或是感谢地。Maintain 动词，它表示保养维护或是有保持维持的意思。文法的部分，第一个学到了现在完成进行式 have been 加 VING 是用来表示某个动作或状态从过去开始一直持续到现在，而且仍然在进行。它可以搭配 for 加一段时间， since 加开始的时间点，或者是搭配 recently 或 lately 等等的副词一起连用。下一个重点学到 stop、keep 或是 prevent 后面可以接人或事物，加 from 再加名词或动名词，表达阻止、防止、避免什么什么发生。那下一个重点我们学到了 WH 疑问词加上不定词 to V 构成名词片语的用法。WH 疑问词像 what, when, where, who, which, how 之后可以接不定词 to V 形成名词片语，在句中做受词用。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Hey, 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 it's Kiwi on the street. I'm Kiki. And I'm Winnie. And today we're doing an easy DIY Halloween costume. We're turning me into a skeleton.
It is very simple. All you need is a black shirt, black pants, white tape that we are going to use as bones. Let's get started.
Okay, we got one collarbone down.
All right, we're good. This part, we are going to make the ribs.
Oh. It's gonna tickle.
before you get to the thighs.
Oh, we need a pelvis.
Yes.
A pelvic bone.
So, yeah.
All right, and there we have it. Ta-da! Them bones, them dry bones. Now we're the skeleton crew.
Anyway, don't forget to follow us on Instagram or DM us and email us if you have any questions that you don't know how to say in English. Winnie, anything else you want to say?
Trick or treat, smell my feet.
Kiwi later.